Alright guys, welcome to another Social Media Trends live on VNTV, the power of entertainment. We're accessible on www.vnationtv.com. Follow us on our various social media handles and let's get interactive. Subscribe to our YouTube channel because it's only there you can get a repost of all the exciting programs we have right here on VNTV, the power of entertainment. My name is Kelvin FNK and we are coming to you from our studios here in Accra, Ghana. So it's either you're watching us live on Facebook or live from our TV channel. A lot has happened in the passing days now. So I'm just going to bring you some of the trending stories on social media for the past couple of days now. First and foremost, we all know that Stonebwoy, the saga between Stonebwoy and Shatta Wale, we wouldn't want to talk about that now, but what we're talking about Stonebwoy today is the fact that his contract with Xylophone Media or Xylophone Music has ended. So yes, Stonebwoy signed on to Xylophone Music a couple of years ago, 2 years contract actually. So I think it's officially ended in May 18th or so. So yes, so Stonebwoy is no more under the management of Xylophone Media or Xylophone Music. I think his record label is now handling his affairs by themselves. Mind you, you all know that for those of you in Nigeria who don't know, Stonebwoy and Shatta Wale happens to be in the same management, or better still under the same management, which is Xylophone Music. Now right now a lot of people are complaining that when the CEO got into a series of trouble with government, which I think he still is, Stonebwoy and from the camp of Stonebwoy, they didn't show so much love for, I'm talking about the CEO of Xylophone Media, Nana. So at the end of the day, what we're saying to you right now, what we're making you know now is the fact that Stonebwoy and Xylophone Music are no more together. So yes, they are apart because the contract ended. We don't know if the contract ended well or, but at the end of the day, I think they both served each other very well. So Stonebwoy is no more with Xylophone Music. Now away from Stonebwoy, let's talk a bit about Patapaa. Saka Kumana. Did I pronounce that right? Prince, did I get that? Pronounce it for me. Spoke what? Spoke back to Mana. So yes, that's the latest and it's actually trending in Nigeria. So Patapaa, who is billed to perform at the forthcoming Ghana Meet Nigeria, which is taking place a couple of days from now. Now, one of Ghana's finest music producers, Zab Mallet. Now, Zab Mallet has come out to say that Patapaa or Patapaa is not a musician. He says he doesn't really enjoy the guy's song. I don't know why he's saying that because if a lot of people can actually dance to the guy's tune, but Zab Mallet, I think he's talking from a professional point of view or from a professional standard. So Zab Mallet is saying that Patapaa's song don't even have a melody and rhythm. That guy doesn't do music, he only talks. I don't like his songs at all. He's not a musician. So what is he? If he can be giving you Patapaa, I think those are rhythms already because he's Patapaa, Patapaa. Well, at the end of the day, that is coming from Zab Mallet. He's saying that he doesn't see Patapaa as a musician. And maybe, well, at the end of the day, a lot of people are still enjoying the guy's song anyways. Even in Nigeria, I was surprised. My brother came not too long from Nigeria and he was like singing all Patapaa's song. I said, did you hear that in Nigeria? I said, yes. A lot of people are playing it. So yeah, that is Zab Mallet's opinion. We have a different opinion about that. Now, away from Ghana, let's talk a bit about Nigeria. So, for the past couple of years now, they've termed this team as the Women's Fellowship. I'm talking about Chelsea. So, not too long, Chelsea has proven to the entire world that they are not Women's Fellowship. Yes, in as much as I'm not too much of a football fan, I'm a fan of Chelsea. So yes, after Chelsea kicked Arsenal out of, at the finals, Timi Dakolo broke down in tears. He was crying on a video. I don't have the video yet on our social media, but Timi was so broken. He was so heartbroken because a lot of people actually, seriously speaking, a lot of people actually wanted Arsenal to win. But at the end of the day, Chelsea surprised them. I think now they can now classify Chelsea as the men's fellowship. So yes, Timi Dakolo breaks down in tears following Arsenal's Europa finals lose to Chelsea. So has to tell you the power of football and how you can literally put your entire heart and emotions into football. At the end of the day, you just get a breaking heart. Wish him all the very best on that particular one. So away from that, there's this thing that has been trending on social media for the past couple of years and people are still talking about it, and that's the fact that tons of people go around impersonating celebrities using their names and their pictures and their identity to collect money from tons of people. So the most recent actor to experience this is actor Mofe Duncan, who recently actually got married. Now, according to him, he said he places generational curses on imposters who use his name and image to break hearts. So apparently an imposter is using his name and image to loot the sum of $20,000 from an unidentified woman. So there's a screenshot to the conversation and everything. After he read the conversation, he had the conversation with the woman, he decided to render a generational curses to whoever did that. I'm not going to be reading the curses to you, but you can see it on our screen right now. But at the end of the day, it's something that needs to stop. Yes, this imposting thing, it needs to, because at the end of the day, it's actually breaking or bringing the name of the artist or the celebrity down. These guys, they are working hard for their money. They work hard to sustain their personality and their status. So I think it's high time those people who are fond of impersonating, look for a different business. I beg you now. Leave these guys alone. Now, away from that, finally on today's social media trends. So for the past couple of weeks, I saw the story and I decided to just sit on it and ponder over it. We all know Blessing, right? Blessing Okoro from Nigeria, the fashion blogger who is in trouble for actually lying that someone's house is hers and putting it on social media. Now the guy got mad, he came back from wherever he was, came back into Nigeria, arrested her, and they actually sued her, but I think they've cleared all that. She's no more in prison, but at the end of the day, Blessing Okoro was arrested, released, and she's saying that she was literally maltreated by the owner of the house, which she lied that house was for her. But at the end of the day, what's happening right now is the fact that Speed Darlington, this guy, there's a reason I pronounce his name double time. Speed Darlington is saying that if he was elected, or if he's elected as the president of Nigeria, he's going to jail Onye Eze, which is the owner of the house Blessing Okoro, pretended to be the owner. So at the end of the day, this guy is saying that if he was a president, or if he's elected as a president, he's going to arrest Onye Eze. I don't know how that is going to work for him, but Speed Darlington is one of those who literally pours out his emotion. Now, talking about Blessing Okoro, so she's currently having a phase right now in her life, because after release from prison, she's threatening to commit suicide. Girl, come on, let's chill on this, let's relax on this. First and foremost, you went to someone's house, took pictures of the house, and posted it on social media, claiming it's your house. The person came down from wherever the person was to Nigeria, said this house is not yours, it's actually mine, got you arrested, and at the end of the day, they released you, but you are now planning to commit suicide. Why? Well, I think she would say devil. The devil is always behind everything. If I want to even use the English, let me use always behind of everything. So Blessing, wish her the very best, because the most recent right now, aside the fact that Darlington is saying if he was the president, he was going to arrest Onye Eze, Blessing is also threatening to commit suicide. Wish her all the very best on that particular one. Now, those are the trending stories we have on today's social media trends. I have an interview with a couple of people. First and foremost, I have Gloria, who is coming all the way from Spain, and I have Naim, who is coming all the way from Syria. So we're going to be talking about African fashion, yes, African fashion, and of course, events organizing here in Africa. So after this short commercial break, we'll be right back. Don't forget that this is social media trends. We are coming to you from our studios here in Accra, Ghana. Follow us on our various social media handles and let's get interactive. We'll be right back. Alright guys, welcome back. This is still Social Media Trends live on VNTV, the powerhouse of entertainment. We are accessible on www.vnationtv.com. Don't forget to follow us on our various social media handles and let's get interactive. As I made mention to you early on, before I went for that short commercial break, I told you I'll be interviewing two amazing guests right here on the studio with me. We're talking about African fashion and events organizing. So all the way from, he doesn't want me to mention, but I would say all the way from Syria. I think this one should put a hand of a club, right? Let's give him a clap. So he's, we have Naim Mando here, right? Mando. Interestingly, this name sounds like an Igbo man, Mando. So Naim Mado is a video maker and an actor. Is from Syria, but he's based right here in Ghana. And he told me behind the camera that his pay is really good. So we'll discuss that later on. So yes, Charlie, what's up? Make I use Charlie. Charlie, the 50 pass. So let's say you automatically a Ghanaian man. Yeah. They match down, right? Yeah. You're good. Nice having you, man. And the sexy lady in the house, Gloria. Let me take my time and pronounce your name very well. So if you can join me, it would be nice. So Gloria Rodriguez Gonzalez, right? That's perfect. My French is good, right? My French is good. So Gloria is a fashion designer from Spain, but she's based in the UK. She has a degree in business. She has a degree in business, right, from UK, and a master's in fashion from Manchester, UK, right? I forgot. You also studied in University of what's the name? Balamand. That name, well, it's interesting. But so yes, I have these two amazing guests right here in the studio with me. We're talking about fashion and events. So Naim is expert in events and she's expert in fashion. So which do I start with? Which do I? Ladies first, right? Great. So let's talk a bit about fashion. But this time around, we're talking about African fashion. In your opinion, how has the African fashion been in the past couple of years now? What do you think? How do you feel the industry is going for African fashion?
In the past few years, I've seen an increase of the demand of African fashion.
Okay.
People are, even big designers are using African
fabrics.
Okay. And it's blooming. It's blooming right now.
But it seems that in the Western world, they have a different mindset about African fashion. Some people still believe that maybe African fashion doesn't really have that stand. Do you think there's an issue there, or do you think African fashion has a stand in the Western world?
I think that African fashion has a stand in the Western world.
Yeah.
But in a different way.
Okay.
We don't see. For us, we see the African prints, we see the African designs, and we get mesmerized about it, with the colors. And but we want something different.
Different.
Yeah.
Something unique.
Yes.
Something unique.
Yes.
Do you wear African print? Because she's looking all African, and I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking partially African though, because I got my top African. So do you wear African prints?
I wear African prints only out of Ghana, not in Ghana.
Why? Why do you do that?
To show where I'm from.
Okay, so when you back home, because definitely Ghana is your home. When you back home, you wear the British man or the English man outfit. But when you're out there, you wear the African print. So since you've had the privilege of studying, you're from Syria originally, but you studied in Lebanon. How was the response like from people watching you wear the African print? How do they love it? Do they want it, or what was the feeling like?
Yeah, they were so confused about what, like the colors and the fabric, because they've never seen something like that before.
Okay.
So when they come to ask me about the material, yeah, they really like and enjoy this kind of something like different from the others.
Okay, so it's something like
something exclusive,
and they desire for it. That means African fashion indeed has a stand. Now let's talk a bit, before coming to events, let's talk a bit about the business part of African fabric or African fashion. So in the past couple of years now, there's been tons of reports on how African economy in general, not just Ghana, Nigeria, but how fashion has contributed immensely to the growth of African economy. So looking at the business side of it, we are not really feeling the impact because in the Western people, they desire it. But we are here. We don't really see that much desire from them. Do you think there's something the designers are not doing right that they need to do for the Western people to embrace African fashion more?
I think they have to be unique. They have to be different. I think there is a lot of African fashion in Europe.
Okay.
In the UK, every day in London, I see everywhere African fashion, African prints, but they are all very standard. They are all kind of the same. For you have to stand out and do something different and do something unique or even personal.
Okay. That people can fall in love with.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the problem there is there's not been this. People are not unique about the designs.
Yeah.
They need to be unique in their branding and all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they need to be unique about their stories and also at communicating where their things come from and how they are made and all that's behind the products, not just sell a product that anybody can sell a product.
Can sell a brand. Do you think there will ever be a time where we'll have an African outfit similar to something like Balenciaga or Gucci?
Yeah, we'll definitely have something like that, but Because now people are tired of wearing the same thing. I'm sure you will not be happy seeing someone wearing the same shirt you are wearing.
It's all over the streets. It's all over the streets.
So yeah, if something is different, people will go for it.
People will go for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Before I talk about, I know you the fashion designer already, and you have your brand rolling. I'm sure pretty much my editor or my producer is having those pictures on right now. So let's talk a bit about events in Africa. Do you attend events?
I do.
Since you've been in Ghana, how many events have you attended?
I couldn't count it now.
Oh, that means you go a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So Naim, let's talk a bit about events. You see, this is where my concern comes when it comes to African events. I know a lot of event organizers in Africa, I'm using Africa in general, not just Ghana or Nigeria, are suffering. I don't know what the problem is, but I want to understand what you've done in the previous events you've had, and we'll now talk about some of the challenges you feel that people encounter and what they should do to better it. First and foremost, your previous event, how was it like for you?
The previous events, we were trying to target the high-end class.
Okay,
the people who had the budget to pay for it.
Okay.
The people that wouldn't go to the same place every day.
Every day.
They'll go for something like different, but more like something like way different from
the usual. And who are those when you say people with a certain class? Who are those people are you talking about? Is it the bankers? Is it the diplomats? Is it the ambassadors? The CEOs?
CEOs mostly, and sometimes the sponsors that do sponsor us are also invited. We also have a VIP guest list, and we have all them, and also we have some foreigners and rich-end Ghanaians who are living in Ghana.
Yeah. So what do you think some major event organizers are not doing right that they should do right? Because we hear tons of reports on the media all the time about an event. You know, the event can literally have a massive promotion, but executing that event becomes a problem. Maybe the artist they're expecting might not turn up, or maybe the artist turn up, the stage is not good, the sound is not good. What do you think that some event organizers in Africa need to put in place to get to a certain level?
I think they should put in more time into their work. Like
more time in?
Plan the event before time.
Long before time, okay.
Because I think a month or less is too short for it, because you need to promote your event. You have to know what kind of people are trying to book in. What are people interested in?
Okay.
Most of all.
So those are the things event organizers need to put into consideration. They need to plan well.
Yeah.
Enough timing.
Most of all is the creativity.
Right.
So on social media, we try to be creative as much as possible. We bring in models, we bring in celebrities.
She can model.
Yeah.
I can design for the models.
Yeah, so you bring in celebrities as well.
Yes. And we also get sponsors from like Coca-Cola, Printex, Villaggio. So we use we benefit them and we benefit ourselves at the same time. So through that, we advertise for them and for us.
Like cross.
So it's a win-win situation.
Okay. My DOP says you should look at your camera, but that is allowed. So Gloria, I'm coming to you, but you made something very striking here. You talked about sponsors. I wouldn't want to mention their names because they're not sponsoring my show. But now, how does it feel like? I mean, getting all this. How do people need, or what do they need to do to get such sponsors on board? Because there've been tons of event organizers, and the major complaints they have is the fact that there are no sponsors. What do you think that they are not putting in place for such sponsors to come on board their shows?
First of all, the sponsors would want to see what work you've done. So, for example, your page, you show them that you have so much followers. You've done other events, and what kind of money you've invested into what specific things you're getting.
So those are the things the sponsors look out for.
Yeah.
And so that means it will be a problem for a beginner, because I mean, a man has to start from somewhere, right? So what about somebody who is now starting and doesn't have all those details you just mentioned?
Yeah, first of all, we try to, it's better if they promote
their self first, before they get into the Have you ever had to organize something when you needed someone to sponsor it before, like an event? Have you ever had that privilege?
Not in Ghana.
Not in Ghana, but yeah, where you had it?
In the UK, yes, organizing pop-up shops, markets with my clothing line.
Was it difficult getting sponsors?
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not
so
easy.
It's also not easy in the UK. So I mean, it's everywhere.
It's not easy anywhere. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not just here. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Okay, so let's talk a bit about your designs. You do African designs.
I do.
Just African designs?
It's not. I wouldn't call it African designs. I I use the African prints, I use the batiks, I use all the fabrics are made in Africa, but then I design it with a different twist. I would say it's more for the European woman, that is more functional, that she goes to work, that she's busy all day, so she needs something comfortable. So I try to design something for that specific woman. When African traditional clothes are not very comfortable. Maybe for an occasion, but I wouldn't say it's for an everyday. I do ready to wear clothes.
Okay, so a quick one before I move to you, Naim. There's this notion a lot of people have out there. First and foremost, you are from Spain, right? You're Spanish, and you're doing so well with African fabric.
Yes.
And we have tons of African designers here who are not even doing so well here. What do you think you have done that they need to do to put their product at a certain level?
Well, I've tried to create my own style within the African fashion. I didn't want to appropriate your fashion. I wanted to make it my own style. I didn't want to steal your style. So I've done it that way, and also I communicate. I think European customers, Western customers, the consumers, they want to know what's behind everything. They are becoming more and more conscious about
the story behind it.
So what do they wear, what they eat, so I make sure that I communicate that whole story that is behind the
designs.
So that really they really like that. They really like it.
Okay, great. So I think that's enough talk about fashion and a bit about events, of course. So if you're just joining us, this is Social Media Trends, and we are having a brief discussion. It's all about African fashion and events. Don't forget to follow us on our various social media handles, and let's get interactive. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, because there you can get a repost of all the exciting programs we have right here on VNTV. Don't forget to log on to www.vnationtv.com to get more trending stories. Log on to the Google Play Store to download our app so you can easily access us wherever you are all around the world. We are not wrapping up. We're wrapping up in the next couple of minutes now. So let's talk a bit about you guys acting. I forgot that they're actually actors. Yes, these two people are actors. I work with them first on set. So, Naim, as an actor, you told me before we came on the interview that acting was something you wanted to do first, but you moved into something else. So right now, I knew you as an actor, or I met you as an actor. So what's the plan forward for your career as an actor?
Now my plan forward for my acting is, I think I'm going to go back to video making. Just for acting for now.
You will do acting for now? No. Why is it that it's difficult?
It's not that difficult, but in Ghana I don't have a lot of roles to play in.
Oh, the Obroni guy. Like you told, is it the Obroni thing?
Yeah, so if I was very fluent in Tree or Ga, at least I would have tried.
Gloria can teach you. Gloria, small, kakra, you can teach you. But I still think that in the past couple of years now in Africa, to be precise, or in Ghana and Nigeria, there's been tons of foreign projects. So I don't think color is a barrier now.
No,
right?
I think it's not a barrier, but it's an opportunity. I see it as an opportunity because there's not as many white actors in
the system.
Ghana. Yeah. So
I mean, we have Johnny. Johnny has been in the studio before.
You
all remember Johnny, right? Yeah.
But apart from him, I don't see anybody else like doing the same as he's doing. He's really working in loads of projects. So I think he's the only one.
Yeah. Do you plan to do acting here, or you go back to the UK?
So funny enough, I had never done it before in my life, and it was first when I came to Ghana that I got a few small roles, and I really enjoyed it. But definitely no, I don't want to make it a career. I want to keep going in my fashion. Yes, but I really enjoy it, and if anything comes up and I have the time, I will do it. Because it's really fun.
It's really fun. Yeah. So what about you? Since you're going back to video making, if anything comes up, will you do it, or you just concentrate on the video making?
Oh yes, of course, I'll go for it.
You'll go for it, because if the pay is good, right?
the pay is good.
If the pay is, if the pay is good.
Yeah, because acting is not that easy. You have to sacrifice your sleep, your energy, your emotions.
Yeah, I know you guys had to go through a lot on the particular project we did. It was fun, huh?
Yeah,
it was fun. So before we wrap up, let me start with you, because as we speak right now, there are lots of young individuals, not just Africans, but all around the world, who want to venture into fashion designing. And some people believe that you just have to, if you have the desire, you can make it. You know the drill. But you have gone through the schooling process. So what would you advise the young ones out there who would want to do fashion and are finding ways or finding it difficult to get into it? What would you say to them?
Be unique.
Okay.
And be a good communicator.
How can they
be
a good communicator? How can they do that?
Just communicate your story.
Okay.
Tell your potential customers what you feel, what you've done, what your story is. So,
okay. So with that,
and also be unique.
Be unique. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about your video making. Tons of filmmakers out there who feel that they need to get to certain level before they actually start. You have started. I mean, it's quite early for you, right?
Yeah.
You have started. But what would the younger ones? What would you say to the younger ones?
That whatever skill they master is good enough. But what is more important is the content.
The
Because
content.
in Ghana, we need content more than anything.
Okay.
We need to have our own theme, our own everything before. We can't copy others.
We can copy others, just like you said. We have to be unique in our own ways.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that's basically it. I think. When next are you coming to Ghana? When next will you be in Ghana?
Probably around September.
Around September. So when she's back, we're going to see what you've been up to and what you've been. You are here with me. You're going nowhere. Okay. Well, before I let you guys go, so is there something you want to talk about your brand and you want a few of us out there to know your social media handles, where they can follow you, where they can order your product? Just the camera is all yours.
So my social media handles, if you want to follow us, is Lungu Lungu Clothing.
Interesting. I forgot that name actually. Yes, that's the name of the fashion brand, Lungu Lungu Clothing, right?
Yes.
Okay. On what social media? And Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or all of it?
Facebook, Instagram, and then on the website you can check out our product, our story, and you can follow our journey.
Lungu Lungu. Lungu Lungu. So what about you? Is yours also Kulu Kulu? Huh? So what is yours? What's your social media handle that people can follow? You can look at the camera and tell them platforms they can follow you on to see what you've done and expect more.
I'm mostly active on Instagram,
okay.
The official 9 MAIN.
All right.
So yeah, from there you can find out everything you'd want to.
Yeah. So you need to get there and wash out. You need to get there and wash out, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Any final words? Any final words?
Thank you for having us.
Thank you too for coming through. Any final words?
I would like to tell all the video makers that they should try and be as creative as possible.
Okay.
They should try and focus more on the content, because no matter what skill you get, you can always hire someone to do it for you. But your creativity, never give up on it, because once you are imagining something, you'd always get there with the right crew. Okay.
Thank you very much. So guys, you heard it all from the fashionista herself, right? Gloria. You know, on set I kept calling her Gloria. Am I pronouncing it right?
Yeah, pronouncing
Gloria.
it on your way. It's perfect on your
Gloria.
way.
And I, guys, thanks so much for passing through the studio. I would like to have you guys again when you come back from the UK.
Sure.
You gotta pass through. You, anytime you are here, this is your house. Okay guys, so that's all we have for you on today's social media trends, which came to you live from our studios here in Okoro, Ghana. You can get a repost of this particular discussion or this particular episode of social media trends live on our YouTube channel. All you just have to do is to subscribe. Follow us on our various social media handles and let's get interactive. Log on to www.venationtv.com for more trending stories. Once again, my name is Kelvin FNK. Follow me on my Instagram, it's Kelvin_FNK. See you next time. Bye.